Yo, it's Duran back with another video, and right now I'm about to leave to go see the brand new Backrooms movie, and I'm super excited. I'm a little nervous though. All I've been seeing online is really bad reviews. Everyone was saying it's dog shit, it's ass, so I'm fucking scared, but I'm gonna go watch it anyways. I hope it's good. I really love the Backrooms and all that shit. Nervous, but hey, I'll be back in 2 seconds. That was actually really good. Oh my gosh, let me just start off by saying the opening of the movie, the very first scenes when the first person shots and everything about the first part of the movie. Oh my gosh, the opening of the movie was so good. It was so good. The way he was like calling for people for help, fucking, and then that entity just popped his head out. When that entity popped his head out, oh my gosh, that was so good. It was just so good. The entire first part, that entire first scene was so fucking good. And I just got back. I just got back like 10 minutes ago. It was indeed not shit. It was not shit. All I can say right now is, how are people calling it dog shit? How are people calling it horrible? I know what everyone's saying, oh, you know, there wasn't enough first person shots, which I do agree with. There was only like or 2 or 3, which I would have loved to see more of that. That was the only thing I thought. Another thing is the ending. Me personally, I didn't like the ending. I don't know, I just didn't like it. I just wish that the ending was different, in my opinion. But other than that, how are people calling it horrible? Yes, it's not gonna go by the exact order. It's a movie. Okay, let's be logical. The movie's not just gonna be no talking and only first person the entire time. Okay, like all the fan, you know, movie things. It's not gonna be like that. I loved the characters. I loved how the movie, I just loved it. I actually loved the movie. It wasn't boring, it wasn't rushed, it was perfectly paced, it was just well done. I actually just loved the movie. It was so good, and like my heart was pounding throughout the entire movie in a good way. Like it was pounding of like excitement. Honestly, like the entire movie I was like just like smiling, bro. It was just I actually enjoyed it just so much, bro. A lot of people said the plot about the movie was really bad. You know, what was his name? Rick? Fuck, I forgot his name. I loved Clark. I loved like the entire story about, you know, him and his wife, they separated. Now he's like depressed, lonely, and like I enjoyed that plot. I enjoyed it. I don't understand how people hated it. Like let's use our brains here for a second, okay? Let's use our brains here for a second. It's not just gonna be no talking in the first person the entire time. That would be stupid. That would be really stupid in my opinion. I found it very interesting that like when they're all the table scene, when they're at the table and like he started just fucking he started eating the people at the table. He started eating them and oh my gosh, it was just insane, bro. And I thought it was weird, like fucking himself. I'm pretty sure it was himself as the giant, as the tall pirate. I'm pretty sure that was him as himself. That was insane. He fucking ate himself. The pirate ate Clark. That shit was insane. Honestly, bro, I want a Backrooms 2. I want a Backrooms 2. You know, at the ending, you know how much stuff they could do with the Backrooms? You know how much stuff they could do, bro? They could make a part 2, a part 3, and it can honestly just be endless because the Backrooms is fucking endless, dude. And I love the way they explained it. I just loved everything. I want a Backrooms 2. I want a Backrooms 2. I don't care how long I have to wait. I just want a Backrooms 2. It was just, I want to see more. I want to see more. And like I said, I just want to see more first person POV shots. Those parts of the movie, the first persons, were the best of the movie. It was the best of the entire movie. It was so fucking good, bro. The only bad things about the movie, like I said, I already said it. I didn't like the ending and more first person. Other than that, I loved the plot. I loved like the plot of the movie. Other than that, I'm gonna rate this movie a fucking like an 8.5 out of 10, bro. It was so good, bro. I enjoyed it a lot. So I am on IMDb right now. The movie came out today. Well, I mean, there were showings yesterday, but it came out today. IMDb, 8.3 thousand reviews, 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. I know a lot of people hated it. I want to see what the comments are like. I'm trying to see. There's critic reviews. Let's see. I'm not reading the critic reviews. Fuck that. Let's just see what people had to say, bro. 9 out of 10. A visually powerful new shape of psychological horror. Falls flat in the third act. The third act as in the end, near the ending. Kind of, yes. Like I said, the ending was weak, in my opinion. The ending was weak. 10 out of 10 total trip. Good, but can be better. Okay. Good first half. After that, it's mid. The beginning half, perfect. Might I say perfect. The second half, which he's not lying, it did slack. I don't think 3/4 through the movie was bad. I say like the last quarter of the movie it could have been better. It was disappointing in the end. Disappointing. First half was good. Movie falls apart in the second half. Creature reveal was laughable. The creature reveal was laughable, bad, and had myself at the theater all laughing. The ending in general was just terrible. People will say it's a deep movie about trauma and how the Backrooms is an analogy for it, but that doesn't make the movie good or less boring. I don't think in the beginning that creature was the creature in the end. I think the beginning creature was a different entity. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure, which I want to see different entities, bro. I know you don't really ever see them, but I want to like see different entities. I think the first entity was a different one in the beginning. The second one where he killed that one dude, I think that was a different one, hopefully. And the last one which was Clark, which was literally him as a pirate. It would kind of suck if it like the beginning entity and then just the only entity was him as the pirate through the entire movie. Then it would like fucking blow. But I don't think it was just him. I mean, that would suck if that was the only entity. That's why I just want to see more entities, bro. Beautiful adaptation to the original short story. Yikes. My expectations for the film were incredibly high, making a massive letdown. A massive horror fanatic. I might be more critical than the average viewer, but this was agonizingly slow burn. The setup for the storyline was far too long and unnecessary. I disagree on that. I mean, it wasn't just gonna be load in. I mean, you loaded into the movie and you were in the back rooms, the first scenes. That's a really bad take. That's just a shit take. When the climax arrived, it was neither extraordinary or horrific. In fact, I leaned so far into unintentionally comedy that it was completely lost its edge. The ending was incredibly abrupt and sudden. I wasn't alone in my disappointment. Everyone around me in the theater was openly discussing just how boring the film was. Boring is crazy. I don't think it was boring. What part? I don't think that was boring. The build-up, I think the pacing, the build-up was perfect. Am I tweaking? Am I fucking tweaking out, bro? Emptiness, repetition to pure horror, falls into sustaining the narrative beyond its concept self, off from the original storyline. See, like this right here, off from the original storyline. Bro, I hate to break it to you, but it's not gonna be exact fucking storyline. It was never gonna be like, if it was like that, there'd been zero talking and POV, first person, and it just wouldn't be like that, bro. I can go through these fucking all night long, but I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of people in here are right. I do believe the first half of the movie was extraordinary. Second half, I would say the third quarter of the movie wasn't as good as the first, but I wouldn't say it was bad. I would just say the ending was pretty bad. I won't lie. I hated the ending. Here's my final review. Ending was bad. The third quarter of the movie, it wasn't horrible. I would rate the third quarter of the movie a 6 out of 10. The ending was it was awful though. It was awful now that I think about it. The final entity, which I hope to God wasn't the entity throughout the entire movie. The entity was kind of laughable. And yeah, I wouldn't say boring though. I would not say boring. I don't understand how people could say it's boring. I mean, it's the Backrooms, like a bunch of fucking rooms. I could sit here and talk for fucking hours about this shit. But me personally, I enjoyed it a lot. Second half was not as good. The ending was awful. I still think there could be another movie. I still think he could learn from this and make it even better. And yeah, I would love to see him make this even better. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. What if you guys thought it was ass or gas? You know what I'm saying? My final review, I'll rate it like an 8.5 out of 10 for me. But yeah, that was my review for the Backrooms. I'm out. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.